Assyrian, our society is based on this right here.
What's that word?
Wealth. W-E-A-L-T-H. Conquered. C-O-N-Q-U-E-R-E-D. Conquered people. So when you lose in battle, you lose your wealth. And if you were going up against the Assyrians, you lost. They were the best of the time. They had better weapons. They were more experienced soldiers. Now, you guys probably hear a lot about Sparta, right? And so there's a lot of movies about it.
My dad works there.
Video games about it. Thank you, Aiden.
My dad works in Sparta.
Okay, not the ancient Sparta that we are talking about.
Not that
okay,
Sparta.
so but we know a lot about the Spartans. Their culture, their life was based on the military. They were well-trained fighters as well. Before them were the Assyrians, who were the best at the time, and their culture. This may also be a challenge, and so you can leave what you have in your way of describing, unless it starts to contradict. Culture was based on the military. Basically, everything was about being a soldier. Okay? Basically, everything was about being a good soldier. So their culture was militaristic. Their strength was based on your ability to fight, defend, and conquer. So they weren't necessarily writing great poetry. They weren't designing great works of art. They were based on weapons, military, and being a good soldier. Okay? Technology. Now this can be the fun one because they have a lot of things to choose from. And so it makes sense that if you're good at being a soldier, you probably have some things that give you an edge over your enemies or your opponents or the people that you want to conquer. So, can I move this up?
Yes.
All right, I can move this up. All right. And then if you raise your hand, I can call on you, but share with me what's one example of the Assyrian technology that you caught? Someone else, maybe. Someone else, maybe. What was one thing that you read about?
Iron weapons instead of bronze.
Iron weapons. Stronger than bronze. Okay. What was another item that you read about, John? Yes, that is something that they were also good at in terms of technology. Superheating sand and applying a correct amount of air to create glass. It's an art form, okay? What else that you have? There's a lot of things you could pick from. Share with me, please.
No.
Anybody else have some things that you read about the Assyrians?
No.
If you read about them, it should stick with you. Chase.
Lock and key.
Yes, this idea of having a lock that opens with a key.
That's
Because if you are starting to make metal, you can start to devise that piece of technology. Right? What else did you find? Okay. So roads were important to put down rebellions. Meaning, if we conquered Miss Coca's room and then we bring our troops back to defend our city, and all of a sudden one of our messengers says, "Hey, they're not paying taxes in Miss Coca's room. They're not paying taxes anymore." Oh, really? Well, we're going to build a road straight down over to Miss Coca's room so we can march our troops there in a hurry and put down the rebellion. Okay, so roads were not for traveling and vacation. Roads were with a purpose. They went from city to city so they could quickly go back and, if need be, reestablish control. Okay, what else? Yes.
Iron-headed veteran.
Yeah. So great, Mr. McGlynn. Go ahead and build a wall around your city. We are going to put iron on a ram and punch through the wall and attack you like nobody's business. Okay?
Cool. Does that mean no science?
That means Mr. McGlynn is still in charge of his city. However, instead of him being the king of his city and collecting taxes and tribute and grain and riches for himself, it comes to us. So we want to leave kings in charge of their cities because it's efficient for them to still collect taxes like they normally would. But instead of them keeping it, we get it. We're bringing it back to our city and we're building our palaces. And for being a good soldier, you get a share in the tribute. We call that spoils of war.
Money,
Okay?
money.
So for surviving and being a good soldier, you get a share of what we go out and conquer. Kind of motivates you, right? Because you have no other job to worry about than training to be a good soldier. Okay? What else? A couple other things. They made a game.
Gods of War. Oh,
Not that one.
backgammon
Yeah.
or something.
No, is there
Backgammon.
I think there's 2 M's.
Yep.
Backgammon.
Now, I don't know how to play, but I know when I turn my checkerboard over and there's the triangles there, that's backgammon. I don't know how to play, but I know there's a game there that we still have in circulation today. Is
Yeah, I played
very,
the
very
games.
old. Okay? Very, very old. So they did have some forms of entertainment. A lot of things were for war. Glass making can be very practical, not always necessarily a weapon of war, but there is an art form to making metal and to making glass. Okay, any other questions about the Assyrians in terms of technology? Yes.
Didn't they make a massage too?
Okay, so this one I always kind of put with a question mark to say, why would we talk about that? And the practical part of me says, okay, so after battle, I assume that I am going to have bumps and bruises. My neck's going to be out of place. My shoulder from getting hit. I probably am. Is this early forms of like chiropractic medicine? Is it early forms of physical therapy? I think so. So we have this attention to this health question of, okay, can we put muscle tendon back into place through massage? I think it sounds like that could make sense here. Certainly, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but definitely after a battle, you're going to be a little out of place. You're going to be sore, and if we can then train people to say, oh, well, put this shoulder back into place, and you have a strained muscle. It makes sense, I suppose. Well, that might be more of a doctor of sorts. Just, oh, you broke your arm. Here, just rub some dirt on it. Bacon makes everything taste better. I don't know if bacon would make a broken arm feel better. Well, okay, so I'm about ready to erase these. We good here?
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's make sure we take care of agriculture. Now, what do we know about agriculture? What did you read about agriculture? Okay, so nothing new, right? Okay, so the agriculture was, these were the same system of conquered people. Meaning, canals, irrigation, etc. Okay, so they didn't come in and rearrange or do anything different. If you were a farmer before the Assyrians attacked you and you survived, you're still a farmer afterwards because